Boy, oh boy. Ch- Mm-mm-mm. 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 Boy,
Boy,
oh
oh
boy.
boy, we about
We
to get
about to
into
get
it this
into it
weekend,
this
boy. Oh
weekend,
my
boy.
god, I'm
Oh
about to
my
just go
God, I'm about to
crazy on
just
the
go
content.
crazy on the
We about to
content.
teach niggas
We about to
lessons.
teach niggas lessons. Ain't no bullshit. Where is these niggas lessons?
What's the
Where the
leaf at?
fuck is the leaf at?
Damn, y'all.
Damn, y'all.
My dumb ass. I
My
don't even
dumb
know where the
ass.
leaf
I don't
at
even
for
know
the
where the leaf at for the weed.
where I wrote this up at.
Where I wrote this up at? Hmm.
This shit about to get
This
crazy.
shit about to get
Y'all don't
crazy. Y'all don't even have any idea. I'm ready to go crazy. This girl don't even know how much content I already made about her toxic bullshit.
She's a narcissist.
She's a narcissist.
Reading some shit
I just
about
was reading some shit about it. The mask has been pulled back.
narcissist is
And a
always the one that
narcissist is
blames
always the one
everybody.
that blames everybody for everything else.
I don't remember correctly.
And if I remember correctly, that's what has been happening.
Narcissistic
Narcissistic
tendencies. My
tendencies.
last
My
two women I dated were
last two
fucking
women I dated were
narcissists.
fucking
How crazy is
narcissists.
that,
How
dude?
crazy is that, dude? Go ahead and mute that. That's crazy, right? The last two people I dated was narcissists. Last serious relationship, narcissist, and then the one I was hooking up with for 3 months, fucking narcissist. Oh, let me tell you how I know one of them is a narcissist. Let me tell you now. All right. Maybe it's on here. Okay. Yep. Let me tell you. All right. Their generosity becomes transactional. Let me tell you why my last serious relationship. Her name started with an M. Their generosity becomes transactional. Hey, look. When I broke up with this girl, every single time in communication, she would always tell me, I'm not going to be nice to you or anything to you until you do this. Didn't matter how many times I came, was trying to be civil, be calm, or anything. Her generosity was transactional. That's a sign of a narcissist. Let's go to the next sign. Criticism replaces compliments. Yo, you don't know how many times I was there for this girl. She'd be crying all kinds of shit, telling me she want to kill herself, all kinds of stupid shit, getting out of work. I'd drop everything and come be there for her, even though she wouldn't do shit for me. Like, I don't need anything from a woman but pussy and mouth. That's it. Not lip service. That other kind of mouth. But you feel me? So she wouldn't ever be giving me compliments or nothing. She would never be making me basically what I told her before is, dude, you have a hard time making your man feel like Superman. Like you're supposed to make your man feel like super nigga. Like you have a very hard time doing that. Or you have a very hard time stroking your man's ego. I told that girl that like less than a year and a half into dating her. I remember that, right? So she's never one to give genuine compliments. But then, outside the fact she never gave like the Jew genuine compliments unless I said it, she would always criticize me. In the end, that's all she did: criticize. Dude, I have a world of fucking text messages of just and phone recorded phone calls of like me being civil, being cool, everything, and it was just like constant going off, criticize, just all the negative shit. Nothing like, hey, I admire the fact that even though you're sitting here babying me while I'm acting toxic and mean as fucking nasty as fuck to you, Ray, I appreciate that you're keeping your cool. I appreciate it. Not even. Not even. She would just never cool down. And if she did cool down, it's because she like pushed me to the limit where I would exceed her nastiness. I would exceed her shit. Grade A toxic, right? All right. Here's another narcissistic trait, you guys. Your feelings are suddenly too much. Yo, anytime someone tries to make you feel like talking to you about your feelings, emotions, however you want to look at that, they make you feel like that's too much. No, they're too little. That's what that means. Their brain, too small. They probably don't have one because they're narcissists. They don't think about anyone but themselves. You know? Literally. Like if a person, imagine, right? A person like fucking treats you bad, does some fucked up shit to you. And like you tell them, like, hey, dude, all I want to do is talk to you about this shit. All right. That's it. Like nothing else. I just want to talk to you about it and talk about the effect it's had on me, right? A narcissist, a person who's not a narcissist, they're going to be okay with that. Okay? I don't mean a narcissist is a person who's like, oh, I don't have time. It's not the time. It's not this. Because, you know, like a lot of people use that excuse all the time because they like the blanket situations. Like you could tell them right now, yo, I'm busy right now. Don't call me like, well, I'm like, you know, I'm driving, doing this. Don't call me right now. You know, like chill. They'll take that blanket everything. They'll be like, oh, well, that means I never should call you ever again. That you never want to be bothered. Don't fall for the bait. That's manipulation because that's their own bullshit they don't want to deal with. Now, the narcissist is the person that, yo, that's the person that will straight up make you feel like whatever it is you're doing is out of pocket, is too much, and it's not even about the timing of it. It's about literally, they don't want to hear it. They might just want to tell you, hey, I'm sorry, and that's it, and still have like that funky attitude or that nonchalant attitude. And then they'll expect you to just like shut the fuck up, not say anything else about it, right? That's a narcissist. How about this one? Private behavior drastically differs from public image. One thing about me, you guys, forgive for good or for worse, I'm the same everywhere. I'm the same motherfucker everywhere. Like literally. So, you feel me? Oh, hold on, guys. Let me mute. DJ, hold on, be right back. Yeah. I jumped up in a game. My boy invited me real quick. I gotta mute myself so these don't hear me while we talking to y'all. But you feel me? So, private behavior drastically differs from public image. All right. So, like, one thing they'll do is, right, they'll go to work. They'll be so nice, so kind. You know, they'll obey their boss and do everything that they're told. And they'll be around their friends and so happy and so everything. And you will be like, wow, this person is going through that. I would never thought. Right? But then, when you're the closest to them, that's how you always know because you're the closest person to them. Like, a narcissist is never going to tell you they're a narcissist. They're always going to deny it. But you have to be the closest person to them to really truly see it because the people around them, they don't see it because narcissist really keeps it hidden. They keep that mask on, right? So like that person, they'll go to work or they'll go outside and do all this stuff, but then the person who's close to them, they'll be a polar opposite with. It doesn't matter how level that person is, how calm. Doesn't even matter what mistakes that person may have made in the past. That person could have been the person that put them on the path they're on that moment and be trying to actively get them off of it. But the narcissist is going to be the type person that they'll go to work and be fine doing that. But with you, the closest person to them, they're not going to be that nice person. They're not going to be that kind person. They're going to be that nasty, rude, disrespectful person. And then what they do best is they always blame you. That's a narcissist's number one move. That's their sweet spot on the court. Like if you get them there, they making everything. Swear to God. Put a narcissist right there, I promise you. They are going to blame everything on someone else. Narcissist, number one special move. Watch out for it. All right? Then also, here goes another thing. Your qualities they once praised become flaws. Straight up. You know, I once dated a chick that me being healthy and wanting to communicate better, she told me that was toxic. Like I had my ex, the same one whose name started with an M, right? I had her one time literally tell me that your healing's toxic. Hmm. There you go. Your qualities they once praised become flaws. These, I know it's probably shocking hearing this shit. I know it is, but it's true. And for me, I learned this shit because I was in a relationship that I thought was a good one, and I fucked it up. I felt like I fucked it up, but I didn't. I just did some fucked up shit in the relationship. My mental place wasn't where it is today. I didn't know about being self-aware, didn't know about having emotional intelligence. I just was just not the kind of partner I am today. I'm not the kind of man I am today. I just wasn't. I was just like fresh out of prison. My mind, I was barely a year out of prison. My mind was up my ass. Like all I cared about was just like getting back to the bag and getting pussy and living. This nigga had been locked up for 4 years. That's all I cared about. So I wasn't thinking straight. But things, nigga, money start going up higher. Things start going. Niggas start being more and more going up higher, higher, doing things. Mental changes with the money. So, and then also, I'm also just wanting to be better because I want to have a kid. I want to get married. I'm serious about these things. So, I'm thinking to myself, like, hold on. I'm already a deep thinker, intellectual, interpersonal. I be getting inside. I like to think about me, myself, and the things that are going on. I'm not one to be spending all my time thinking about others. That's what these weak ass fools be doing. But I spend a lot of time thinking myself. So just doing all that shit that make a nigga think like, the room to improvement, things you messed up on, regrets you have, all that different kind of shit, right? So I would always just like, gradually as me, just like, be getting deeper into things. I just wouldn't be focused on it. But as you know, especially being in a serious relationship in that time 4 years ago, it was like, I had somebody there that was motivating me to be on it because, from the street, they from the corporate, they got the masters in finance. I got the masters in the street. I went to the feds. That's where I got my masters at. She went to wherever and got her masters in finance. Be it. We had two different people who handled things two different ways, see things two different ways completely, two different walks of life. So see things differently and shit. But the narcissist didn't come out until way after all that shit, y'all. Hold on, you can hear me? I don't even know if these niggas can hear me and that shit, y'all. But I don't even give a fuck. I muted all them niggas, but I still see my mic. I don't care. It don't matter. This shit going on the tube anyway, so who gives a fuck? But you feel me? So like I felt like it was my fault because you know basically what happened was I'm gonna give y'all a little context. We'll get into it deeper as the days and the months and years go by as y'all get to know me better, right? Because I ain't running from none of this shit at all. Don't let a weak motherfucker tell you otherwise. Um, so look, I was basically acting like my mom's ex-husband. That nigga was just verbally and mentally abusive to me my entire life, which you guys know already. And he was also to my mother and my little sister and my little brother. He was just all around abusive person. So me, I caught the worst of it. I caught the worst than anybody. Pistol getting pointed at me, constant death threats, kill me, all kind of shit, physical abuse, all kind of hitting me for nothing, literally punching me for nothing, doing shit to my friends, like toxic grade A, just very harmful environment that I have to break the cycle. I cannot have no kids that have anything, even a semblance of this type of energy in their life from mom or dad. But anyway, so I thought that my bad reactions that were displayed similar ways that my mom's ex-husband had displayed them had ruined it. But the reality of it is that that didn't ruin it. What ruined it was the fact that I wasn't with someone who was deeply interpersonal and as eager or self-aware as they one made themselves out to be, or two, as much as they may have thought they were too. Me, like I don't think or know how much I am. I just am going to do it. Like I just know that if I'm trying to grow and be better, I gotta look at me. You know, I gotta think about where I was wrong, what I did, and I gotta take accountability for that shit, and I gotta grow from that shit. I can't keep pointing a finger and blaming somebody else. Oh, you provoked me. Oh, you enabled me. Oh, this is your fault. You ruined my. Like, I can't keep doing that. I got 10 fingers, 10 toes, and there's a billion other people out here whose situation is a billion times worse. So I'm pretty sure if I watch these junkies get out here and hustle every day and they don't even got nowhere to live and they on drugs and have mental illness, I'm pretty sure I can get out here and hustle this shit too and get through it. So there's no excuses, and I ain't gonna make none ever. I swear to God, I'm never. I don't care. I'm never making an excuse in this world. I don't care. But you feel me? So I thought I had ruined the relationship, but the reality was that I was with someone that was so far removed from the reality of their childhood and the damage and the trauma that that had caused them, that the things I did to them, they were unable to move forward from. You're not going to truly understand it. It's a little deep, but I got some content I'm developing, so pay attention. All right. This one is about how, as a partner, you're not in competition with another man or another woman. You're in competition with your partner's childhood. All right. I'm sure my ex realized that, hey, damn, if I want to be with this man, I gotta beat his childhood. Um, the problem with my ex was she was too busy trying to beat me instead of my childhood. And that's exactly what she did. She beat me into submission because that's why I disappeared for so long, guys. And that's how I've been rebuilding myself for so long. Because she fucking did a number on me. Seriously. Seriously, seriously, seriously. But that's whatever. You know, I'm bossed up. You know. So that ain't nothing. But, you know, I was letting so much shit slide because I thought it was my fault. And like, I was letting her be manipulative and say these things I knew weren't true because I was letting her have her truth, which is such a fucking manipulative and fucking crazy thing to say. Like, how does a person have their own truth? Like, no, there's one truth and only one truth. There's your side, there's my side, and there's the truth. There's not your truth, my truth, and the truth. What the fuck? Like, get out of here with that weirdo fucking shit, dude. Like, you know what that's called? Escapism. Thank God they moved me from the party, so I didn't have to do it. That's called escapism. All right? That's a person who does not want to take accountability, so they create narratives that allow them to continue being the doofus they want to be for some odd reason. So, I let hell shit slide for a minute, like, and I wasn't even saying nothing, and like, but what I would do is because I wouldn't say shit, is that my dumbass would respond in a horrible way sometimes, and it wouldn't be so bad all the time. But like, I don't fuck with these rough and tough masculine women. Like the women I fuck with are soft-hearted, kind women. So, like even just like raising your voice at them can get them to cry. It's not funny, but I'm serious. 'Cause, like I had an ex one time where like she actually was like that, like not even yelling, just like yo, like what the fuck, dude? And she cry off like that tone. But you wanna know something about that woman, you guys? I think that's why I've been catching hell with every single relationship that I've been in since then. Any person I've tried to talk to, any person I've fucked with and dated for a little bit, and the serious relationship I was in after, I've dealt with women that have mental issues that they know about and don't care about, or I've dealt with women who are narcissists and avoid their issues and act like they don't have them. Yeah, you know why that's probably happened to me, guys? Because I left her on some narcissistic shit, basically, and it was, but it wasn't. It was like for me, I had already had in my head that like, damn, dude, this isn't gonna work. I had already had that shit in my head. But then, like other little things were happening, you know, where it was just like, and it wasn't anything that she even did, dude. It was like, for instance, like One time, I wanted us to hook up on the roof after we went out to the nightclub one night. We went out to dinner and drinks, and like we didn't get home like 3 in the morning. And I was trying to get us to hook up on the roof because you know that's some New York City shit. But she was like acting mad scared and shit. Like, what if the police come up here? And I'm like, dude, what? We live in a building. Like, how the police are getting in here? And then they gotta come all the way upstairs. Like, what the fuck? By the time we start, doing a do, and someone see us, call the police. Police get here. Girl might be, go ahead and bust in the bed by then. Like what? And like I didn't say nothing then. Like I just played it off, whatever. But like I know the guys like, yeah, this I can just tell like long term it's not gonna work for me. So like I kind of had knew it, and then so like when the relationship started, kind of like it got to being quote unquote too much for me. And it wasn't that her feelings were too much. It was just that like, dude, like why do you have to keep crying about like literally she was a crier. So like that shit overwhelms me. So I'm like, dude, why do you have to keep like literally crying? Like what are you crying for, dude? Like chill. Like relax. But like and then it would be like little things that bothered her. Like one time, like during COVID. Nah, yeah, maybe it was like right in the beginning of COVID, maybe. She had like finally moved out of our spot, moved back to California since we were like together and like still living together until our lease was up in February, which was like right when COVID started. She fucking is like texting me. There's this clubhouse app. My homegirl Janine is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have some friends on the app tonight, and like, get in the room with us. We're gonna play like little games or whatever. And I was like, whatever. I haven't used the app, but like, all right, fuck it, let's do it. So I get on the app. I see my girl on there. Well, she wasn't really my girl at the time, but like, that's how I'm treating it because it's like, yo, um, we're still cool. Like we don't dislike each other. Like yeah, whatever. It's a little bit tumultuous, but like we were both the type of people that like we never let it get like where my last relationship get. Where like y'all hear me about my ex. Like she did a serious number on me. Like she's so nasty and didn't have to be. Even after I was so nasty to her before, like we could have stopped and nipped that shit in the bud, but she just didn't want to do that. Like she would rather have been nasty because it allowed her to blame me for the shit. But my ex, Bianca, was never like that. She was never that type of person. Like, even if I got out of character, which, of course, it happens. I'm a little turned up to the max. That's me. That's just who I am. But I'm better, much better now than I was back then in 2018 and shit. But, like, if I got turned to the max, she would soften up on me, So, like, instead of, like, how, let's say, like, my ex, whose name starts with the M, if I got turned, she would get angry at me. And then, even if it had nothing to do with her, she would get angry at me. And then now, instead of help me resolve the issue that I have, she is now a part of the issue I have. You feel me? So, like, where my ex Bianca would peep that, like, all right, this is a good time for me to, like, definitely soften up and get him to chill. She would do that when I would be getting hot, whether I was in the right or wrong. you know. But my other ex, she wouldn't do that shit. She would literally be combative and just keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. She would go back and forth with me all the time about everything. But I'm telling you, there was not one time this girl, I said that like anything, bro. I could tell the girl that, dude, like every time you eat, you get food all over your mat. And it'll be a fact. That is a fact about her. It'll be a literal fact. I'll tell her every single time, instantly. I don't do that. I don't know why you're saying that. And it just start going off all the time. It didn't matter the status of the relationship. That's just who she was. Like type of person that like I'm talking about a woman who consistently for 5 years, no matter the reactions, the outcomes, good or bad, plain or neutral or not, she never adjusted how rude and disrespectful she was every time I talked. Like, dude, imagine you let somebody live these delusions that, hey, basically you don't ever let me talk. You let them live the delusions that you never let them talk, right? And you actually do. You're sitting there, they're talking, and hey, they're talking, and now that they're talking, you're listening, and you're not cutting them off. All right? And after they're done, you even address the shit they say, right? Nah. Hold on a second. Hold on, you guys. Listen, you guys, fuck the bullshit. About to get up out of here. About to roll a blunt, go for a walk, dude. Like, it's hella nice outside. It's hella people. Oh, shit. I think I heard some flowers. We might not be able to go out right now. Listen, I know y'all like, damn, this nigga talking about his exes and shit a lot. Let me tell y'all why, okay? Let's make one thing clear. I'm very clear. I have no desire. Damn, followers. Who's following me right now? I have no desire to get back with any of my exes, y'all. None. All right? But what I do realize is that as a man, the situations you're going to learn the most from are going to be the relationships you end up in and the business dealings you do with people. Me, I learned those things pretty much already. Business dealing, how did I learn those? I did work with somebody when I used to sell a shit ton of weed. Y'all know I used to be that dude. Literally. Not the dude these niggas think they are, but actually that dude. That niggas who are older than me that I used to look up to were hitting up. We'll get to that another day. But you know, like I forgot what the fuck I was talking about. I be talking so much, y'all. But if you give me a second, I will remember, right? So look, it ain't because a nigga not over his exes or anybody he dated or talked to or anything. It's because when those business dealings and those relationships, you learn the most out of those. Because people get close to you and you learn more about people that you don't learn in your regular dealings, do day-to-day life, doing your whatever. You feel me? Like in a relationship, you getting in somebody literally and figuratively. So you learn so much about that person, and then in return, you learn more about yourself. But I mean, some people do. The last relationship I was in, that person did not seem like they wanted to learn anything about themselves, no matter how I spoke to them, how I broke it down, how I presented it, or nothing. And it's sad because, you know, I uh I hate seeing people in that state that I care about. You know, it sucks. But I learned in the business dealing, doing business with this nigga. Years later, next thing you know, the feds at my door. Asked my ex. She was right in the bed with me, not the one we talked about, but one from years ago. Jamie, shout out to Jamie. Jamie, I love you. You're the best. You're one of the sweetest people in the world, and so down to earth, so genuine. Happy I know you, shorty. I'm happy you got your little baby girl Avery over there too. Happy for you, shorty. But anyway, Jamie's so cool, y'all, right? Like she was there when this had happened. Feds at the door, Homeland Security, ICE, FBI, Maryland State Police, DEA, ATF, niggas all at the door, straight up. And like them niggas at the door. Crazy thing was, my house had just got knocked on and raided out like 2, 3 days ago. Them niggas took a gang of weed out my house and booked my dumb ass and locked me up. Gave me a state case for that shit for like 6 pounds of weed. But then, like, dude, I get out, get all my shit together, and the next morning, 2 days later, not the following day I get out, but the day after, next thing you know, the feds at my door. I answer the door. I'm like, hey, I think y'all got the wrong door. Y'all was just here the other day. But you feel me? I learned the valuable lesson. That's not what you do, it's about who you do it with. You feel me? It was a business relationship that I learned about. You feel me? I learned real valuable shit about life and shit, dealing with shit going through life and choosing the people you do business with wisely. Because, just because you do business with them right here, you don't know what the fuck they doing over there. You feel me? So you gotta be real careful about who you doing shit with. It's not about what you do. It's not about when you do. It's about who you do it with. Promise you. All right. And then with the relationship, because you're either gonna be the person in a relationship that takes accountability and steps up to the plate, regardless of anything they did wrong, or you're gonna be the person that blames the other person for everything that is wrong. Period. There's always two people in the life. In the relationship life, there's two people. The person who takes accountability regardless of everything they have done wrong, and the person that blames everything on the person that has done everything wrong or anything wrong. You feel me? You got the people who do, and you got the people who need to be told what to do. And quite frankly, I just think the last person I dated wasn't a doer. I think they needed to be told what to do, you know? And it sucked because you would think having a strong intelligent black man like me in their life that it would be easy for them to just follow my lead. Like, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a roller coaster ride, but you're not gonna die. We're not gonna go to jail. It's gonna be fun. And that's what happens when you are an entrepreneur and you wanna win. Like if I plan on making somewhere about $20 million in my life. All right, that's my goal. I'm cool with that. I don't really need too much more. That's my goal. All right. In order for me to make $20 million, I have to endure $20 million worth of fucking pain, dude. Straight up. I have to endure $20 million worth of pain. That means I got to lose damn near $10 million just to make 20. You feel me? That's just the life, you know? But we're not gonna die, we're not gonna go to jail. And we're gonna have a blast. I'm gonna talk hella shit, we're gonna laugh, and we're gonna meet hella new people because they're gonna fuck with our energy when we out. Because they're gonna be like, damn, that nigga cool, the people he with seem cool too. What's up with them? That's how it always is. But you feel me? Like that's what it's like, you know? But I need someone that's gonna do with me. You know, I need someone that's gonna let me take the lead, but also be able to take the lead as well. But I also need someone that's a doer. I need someone that's not gonna wait around to do. I need someone that's not gonna curse me out on Sunday to hell and back, tell me I should kill myself, all kind of crazy shit for no reason. Carry it on from the afternoon into the evening after 4 or 5 hours pass. Do more of it. We're not talking about somebody who you got to call on a Tuesday after they did that to you on Sunday, and you call and ask them about the apology they owe you. You feel me? Don't fall for the excuses. Don't fall for the "oh, I was." Because you want to know what's funny about those same people that say that and they was and they didn't, and you had to come to them and check them? They never were. And then they'll say the same thing about you. They'll literally say the same thing. Like, these are narcissistic tendencies I'm teaching y'all about right now. Like, I'm teaching you about a narcissist. A narcissist is literally a person who will look at shit that they do to people and then say that those people are doing it to them. They will ignore everything that anyone is saying that's trying to be reasonable or logical or healthy. They'll ignore all of it. If that shit don't fit their motherfucking narrative, that's the word, they're gonna ignore it. What they're going to do is they're going to manipulate you and do different type of things to play with you, right? That put you in a position where now you fit in their narrative. So you know what that means? That means somehow, in some way, they're gonna put you in a position where you do something that allows them to continue saying that you're to blame for whatever it is the issue. All right? You're going to apologize. You're going to address everything, all the details. You know, nobody's humanly possible. It's not humanly possible for someone to be in a relationship with someone and make multiple mistakes and remember every single part of those mistakes and to be able to address it. But you're going to apologize. You're going to be genuine. You're going to be sincere. And that person is literally going to look you right in the face or type straight to your face that your apology is not genuine or sincere. This is a narcissist, you guys. All right? This is a narcissist. All right? A narcissist is a person who they have the power to fix the very situation in which they're crying about, but because the people they're crying about aren't acting the way they want them to, they would rather say it's their fault and put that person in a position to make it look like it's their fault. A narcissist has no intention of being better. A narcissist has no intention of being logical. They have no intention of being reasonable. They're not trying to be understood. They're not trying to be heard. They're not trying to take accountability. They're not trying to take responsibility. They're not trying to apologize. What they're going to do is they're going to gaslight you. They're going to tell you you're doing a bunch of bullshit that you're not actually doing. They're going to make everything they do that a genuine, nice human being should do just because they are genuinely kind, regardless of anything that's fucked up that's happened to them. And that's just be nice and be kind. It's all going to be transactional. You're going to have to do something their way in order for them to just be a genuine, nice, kind person. like they should be anyway, or like they are when they go to work every day, or like go hang out with their friends that don't really know them. It's sad, you know. But you guys know this about me. I don't blame nobody, boy. Because one thing about me, two things, one thing for certain, two things for sure, three things for damn. I just made that up, man. Is I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. And I'm not gonna win by sitting here blaming anybody else. Because that means that I'm putting them in control of my life. And if I let somebody else be in control of my life, I will for certain not win. I will not win. I can't let it happen like that. I blame myself for everything, y'all. I take responsibility for all this shit. And I know for a fact. And it sucks because, boy, my ex could have had it. Even when I broke up with her in January 24, like, that's why I broke up with her. Because I'm like, dude, like, you're still being nasty and bitter and acting like this. I literally apologize, taking accountability. I bought you shit. I've done shit for you. I've taken steps, tactics. When things were getting out of hand, I exercised myself in ways to show that, like, hey, these certain things weren't going to happen ever again. But that person still had that little funky attitude. And instead of just saying, hey, my bad, yo, they would actually try